I need y'all to do me one favor and one favor only. I need for everybody out there listening, please pray for Candace Owens. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. He should have never lost his life for saying what he wanted to say. People say there's no more freedom of speech. Well, there won't be no more freedom of speech if people keep losing their lives for exercising their freedom of speech. Now people worried about what's going to happen with Candace Owens. She upset a whole lot of important people, and it's looking real grim for her. I'm praying that she okay. We got to get into this news because it's not looking too good for Candace Owens.
Fellow conservative commentator Candace Owens speaking out on her YouTube platform addressing her late friend.
But I don't want today to be about anything other than you guys knowing that Charlie really was an amazing person. You know, he was like we were really close. And he was my best friend and my brother. And I will never unsee the footage of what I saw.
Candace Owens, who previously worked with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA, had her YouTube live stream freeze tonight because more than 115,000 viewers tuned in.
Well, memorials for Charlie Kirk are going on across the U.S. This one outside Turning Point's headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona.
Another happened earlier tonight at Loyola Marymount University. That's where Fox 11's Laura Diaz was.
I just think it's pretty scary, you know. I mean, he was touring college campuses. I'm pretty sure it was his first tour of the season he was doing, and it's just pretty scary.
At Loyola Marymount University, the targeted killing of prominent conservative podcaster Charlie Kirk was on the minds of many students since 9/11. Kirk's Assassination Wednesday, as he fielded questions from students at a small university in Utah, was a stark reminder of the politically polarized times. Turning Point USA was the conservative organization led by the charismatic Kirk. At LMU on Instagram, there was confirmation that a Turning Point USA meeting would be held as planned on the campus Thursday evening. It read in part, "Today is a devastating day in human history. We planned this meeting before the tragedy unfolded yesterday. All are welcome in remembrance of Charlie Kirk."
I didn't agree with any of his political opinions, but I think what happened to him was absolutely horrible.
A day after the shooting, at least six historically black colleges or universities across the country received threats, which were later discounted as swatting calls. Wednesday, conservative political pundit Ben Shapiro's scheduled appearance at the Ronald Reagan Library was postponed.
And we're not going to be deterred.
One day later, he batted down rumors that he had canceled his college tour this year with a defiant post.
That's I saw those rumors. They are false. I will be coming to college campuses, many of them this year. Charlie's voice is not silent. We're going to pick up that blood-stained microphone where Charlie left it.
Yo, this is dangerous for everybody out there listening, man. Your life could be in danger for saying what you want to say. That's for all the TikTokers, all the people with an Instagram page, everybody on Facebook, Twitter. All it takes is for one nutcase to not agree with whatever you saying, and it could be your lights out. For all you men going on rants about your baby mothers and how child support should be abandoned, you might lose your life. That's the times we living in right now in America. And for Candace Owens to be saying what she's saying, God bless America. Because it takes for a strong black woman to do what Candace Owens is doing. Charlie Kirk was her friend. Now they're spreading rumors that he was her lover. It's a bunch of nonsense happening in the news today. But I'm here to let y'all know. Watch your ass and be careful what you post on social media.
Yeah,
that's it, sir.
So you think this is isolated?
I think it could happen anywhere, but it's just not. I'm not scared of it.
By this evening, the LAPD said that they have not received any special requests to patrol the campus. Near LMU, Laura Diaz, Fox 11 News.
I say homeschooling. None of this would have happened if they just got rid of the colleges altogether. All that you can do in college, you can do at home. Unless they gonna have you come down for gym There's nothing that you can't do at home. They could do online classes, online seminars. If this was all online, Charlie Kirk would still be alive. It may not be safe for people to gather in public places anymore, especially when you're having political debates. They might want to put that in the law. But one thing for sure, Candace Owens, she got a lot of enemies out there. And if they went out their way to silence Charlie Kirk, she's claiming that he got assassinated. If that is the case, we all need to be concerned about Candace Owens.
What are your thoughts on Candace Owens' assertions that Israel may be involved in Charlie Kirk's death? First off, I would never take a damn thing Candace Owens says seriously. I would not ever in a million years consider her a credible source. But I have noticed a lot of people who were kind of talking her up over the last couple of days after she said a few things about Charlie Kirk's death. Now, I think it's interesting that Candace Owens, she's clearly grieving, right? She clearly cared for Charlie. It's a little bit wild that the man that she says is her best friend literally said that black women are less intelligent than white men. But I do think her grief over his death is sincere. I think she's absolutely using it.
He said, what now? Wait a minute, I ain't know all. I'm just now getting into this political shit. He said, what? I ain't know. He said that on TV, or did he say that in a text message somewhere? Did he openly say that in public? Y'all gonna have to fill me in, because I don't know.
To make content, but even more than that, I think that this is a moment in time where Candace Owens is saying something that is palatable to a number of people on the left, especially people who really care about Palestinians, and that Candace Owens will use that to try to radicalize people for the alt-right. First, let's watch what she said, and I have some more thoughts, because this is very similar to the kind of response I was seeing a number of weeks ago around Marjorie Taylor Greene when it came to saying that she didn't want to fund the Iron Dome in Israel.
Even Netanyahu in that phone call, what took place was a couple of weeks ago before Charlie lost his life. Charlie was in the Hamptons, and he had more than one event, but he had essentially what was staged, an intervention was staged by Bill Ackman.
This is what Ivy League universities can get into with a 3.6
It ain't bootleg. I just gotta get it together. Y'all listen. Okay, here we go.
Because Charlie's thoughts, Charlie's rational thoughts about Israel were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on. And Charlie was surrounded by his friends, quote-unquote friends. Bill Ackman was very upset, and threats were made. That is what I am told, and I will tell you that I am very happy for Bill Ackman to dispute this narrative. In fact, he was asked to dispute this narrative. Max Blumenthal went out to him today, and Bill Ackman came back and said, I have receipts I can show you, and he did not provide the receipts. This is not how it went down.
Hold on, wait a minute. What was the beef all about? Candace Owens drops a bombshell. Kirk threatened in the Hamptons intervention with Zionist billionaire Bill Ackman. He contacted him after he was questioning about Israel. So they tried to shut him down, and he wasn't trying to back down, and they got to threatening. So this is like a mob hit, according to Candace Owens. Hold on, run that back a little bit. Some Don Corleone shit.
For Charlie lost his life. Charlie was in the Hamptons, and he had more than one event, but he had essentially what was staged, an intervention was staged by Bill Ackman. Because Charlie's thoughts, Charlie's rational thoughts about Israel were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on. And Charlie was surrounded by his friends, quote-unquote friends. Bill Ackman was very upset, and threats were made. That is what I am told, and I will tell you that I am very happy for Bill Ackman to dispute this narrative. In fact, he was asked to dispute this narrative. Max Blumenthal went out to him today, and Bill Ackman came back.
So they got together and had a meeting, and the shit went left? It was a standoff in the Hamptons? It sounded like the Source Awards or some shit like that. Wait a minute.
Back and said, I have receipts I can show you, and he did not provide the receipts. If this is not how it went down, I know it went down this way. I'm waiting for one of them to go on record and to say that it didn't go down this way. It was at this time that Bibi Netanyahu was called and Charlie was invited to Israel. This was an under duress situation, I'd say, because I've been in these situations before. When I started asking very sensible questions about Israel, as someone who had dedicated her political life to supporting Israel, many times alongside Charlie Kirk, I was met with the very same pressure. And just like Charlie being invited to Israel, I was invited somewhere else. And when this arrived to me, it felt like a threat. It felt like a threat. Not like, hey, come here and we can educate you because you're my friend. More like, this is your last chance. That's how it felt to me. I can't speak to how it felt to Charlie. And I know that Charlie was offered a ton of money in this moment. A ton of money. He would fund it, Spend tons of money. Turning Point, I guess, if you need to go to a higher level, would have gone to an even higher level than it already was at.
Oh, this some old Illuminati shit. And he wasn't willing to play ball with them people. Is that what she trying to say? That there's levels to this? They was trying to put him in their pockets to make him their spokesperson, change his narrative. And he wasn't going. Oh, this is some heavy shit, man. If it would have had to been me, I would have took that money and got my Charleston White on in front of everybody. But it's looking like Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens cut from a different cloth. And I commend them for that. But I didn't know that it was that deep to where people setting up meetings on some get down, lay down, state property type of shit. And he wouldn't get down, and she trying to say they made him lay down. And by her revealing this, her life is in more danger than Charlie Kirk's. She's naming names. She getting millions and millions of views. I hope she got an armored tank. Fuck a bulletproof vest. She need a bulletproof Yankee cap. I'm worried about it, man. She gonna have to do all her food, Uber Eats, DoorDash. She can't go nowhere right now. And for the women out there that look like Candace Owens, go bald. But do some shit, bleach. But do something. There's rumors about her being Michael Jackson's granddaughter. It's a whole bunch of foolishness happening in the media today. But one thing for sure, it's not looking too good for Candace Owens.
I know for a fact that Charlie denied that funding. That Charlie denied, maybe he didn't include there, he declined to go to Israel. For I would describe this as like, re-education camp, seen it. You may not know, but we can.
That's what they did to Nick Cannon, man. Do y'all, when they made him apologize and they had to re-educate him, they did the same shit with Kyrie Irving. Look. And they both folded. A whole bunch of people folded, man. Nick Cannon talks atonement and reconciliation after anti-Semitic comments. They made him go to Israel. He had to eat the baklava and all that shit. They had him with the little hat and everything when he went over there. Some bigoted comments he made last summer in June, the multi-Hobbit entertainer star power dimmed when he was accused of accusing conspiracy theories and making anti-comments about the Jewish people on his podcast, which featured Public Enemy Professor Griff, who was kicked out of Public Enemy for his own comments. In the podcast, which was also posted on YouTube, has since been removed. Candace said black people are the true Hebrews and all. He was on that Hotep shit. They made him apologize. He had to go to Israel and the whole shebang. So when you say stuff that get people's attention, they want to correct whatever it is you said if they feel like it's false information. Because the last thing they need is more war coming to their doorsteps based off of narratives that people be spreading. And I can understand that. They trying to protect their people. And you gotta get in. You might as well just go ahead and bite the bullet, or they gonna literally make you bite the bullet. Candace Owens, this is not your fight. There's plenty of shit happening on Black Twitter that you could be talking about right now, man. Cardi B is about to have a baby, Candace. That's not as risky as talking about this Charlie Kirk stuff, man. I think they bringing back another season of Love and Hip Hop Memphis. You might want to hop on that, because this is too dangerous. Listen to this.
Can help you.
Oh, run that back.
Charlie denied her level that it already was at. A ton of money. People would fund it, you know. Spend tons of money. Turning Point, I guess, if you just go to a higher level, would have gone to an even higher level than it already was at. Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact that Charlie denied that funding. That Charlie denied, maybe to be a clue there, he declined to go to Israel. Or I would describe this as like, re-education camp, seen it. You may not know, but we can help you. Mm-hmm. We just need you to come out to Auschwitz and take a picture. Yeah. We just need you to come to the Holocaust Museum and take a photo. We just need you to go to Israel, and we can make this better. Mm-hmm. Charlie said no to Bibi.
Damn.
Okay. Bill, if you'd like to dispute that, I would love to hear what you say happened.
Now, let's be clear. There are other people on.
That's like going on Vlad TV. You come sit next to him, regardless of what people think of Vlad. Some people say he a racist. Some people, they say the most craziest things about Vlad. But they'll go sit and talk to him for a little bit just to smooth things over, to make it seem like he's not a bastard or whatever the case. They just wanted him to come take a picture, come enjoy the weather, hang out in Israel for a little bit, but he wasn't going. And they took that like he spat in their faces. According to Candace Owens. Now, I want to hear what Charlie Kirk's pastor, because he rebuking everything that Candace Owens had to say. So I want to listen at this.
For all of you conspiracy people who think that people were giving signals, you know who that man was? His name's Frank Kirk. He's an apologist for the Christian faith. When I got to the hospital, there was Frank in hospital scrubs because his clothes were covered in blood because he was giving him CPR all the way to the hospital. Just get off the stupid internet and stop with it. And he wasn't assassinated by Israel. Enough is enough. We're mourning. I lost my friend. I was over in Korea.
Just when the nation is still grieving the assassination of Charlie Kirk, another controversy has broken out. Besides alleging that Israel may have a hand in Charlie's assassination, Candace Owens, one of Charlie's longtime friends, has made a bold claim that is shaking up both the Protestant and Catholic worlds. On her latest podcast, she declared that Charlie Kirk was about to convert to Catholicism before he died. But almost immediately, leaders, friends, and even Charlie's own pastor, Rob McCoy, strongly pushed back. Let's break this down.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is base 44.
Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk had a long history. She's spoken about how they debated together, traveled together, attacked together, and defended each other. She even credits Charlie with indirectly leading her to her husband. And she says they were close enough that when Charlie was pursuing Erica, his wife, they brainstormed together on how to win her heart. But this week, in her podcast, Candace went further than ever before.
Sound like she a pet or something like that. Is that what she was to Charlie Kirk? She was tagging along on some Lilo and Stitch. That don't sound right. He did everything but be intimate with this woman. Sound like he never even made a pass. Like he wouldn't want his jeans messing with her jeans. Baby come out looking like Mr. Potato Head. Was she his pet? And now she barking all on the news. Come on, man. This don't sound right. Wait a minute. Hold on, run that back.
that is shaking up both the Protestant and Catholic worlds. On her latest podcast, she declared that Charlie Kirk was about to convert to Catholicism before he died. But almost immediately, leaders, friends, and even Charlie's own pastor, Rob McCoy, strongly pushed back. Let's break this down. Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk had a long history. She's spoken about how they debated together, traveled together, attacked together, and defended each other. She even credits Charlie with indirectly leading her to her husband. And she says they were close enough that when Charlie was pursuing Erica, his wife.
Sound like some shit out of Star Wars. Sound like she Chewbacca or some shit like that. They ate together, attacked together, went to war together. What planet did he meet her on? Come on with this shit, y'all.
Wife. They brainstormed together on how to win her heart. But this week, in her podcast, Candace went further than ever before, claiming that Charlie was praying the rosary and attending Mass, and was on the verge of joining the Catholic Church.
I think Charlie was definitely on the brink of changing his perspectives. And I can tell you factually, Charlie was praying the rosary. Charlie was going to Mass. One of my last conversations with Charlie was me joking with him, saying, just make the last step, okay? You are, I said specifically, you're too smart to be a Protestant. Just take the last step, Charlie. He says, speaking.
Boy, that's fucked up. What's wrong with Protestants, man? Look, I gotta educate myself. Because she basically said they whole cult is stupid. What is it, a Protestant? Hold on, y'all. Look. We all gonna learn something today. Protestantism is a major branch of Christianity that originated in the 16th century Reformation, emphasizing salvation by the grace through faith alone. So he was trying to give up his faith and still believe in Christ. The Bible, as the ultimate authority and the priesthood of all believers, I thought that was all Christianity. It emerged as a protest against Roman Catholic practices. So he was about to switch sides. That's like a Crip deciding they want to be a Blood. So he was turning his back on his church and he was about to roll with the other team. And Israel wanted him to get down and he didn't want to. I'm confused. It emerged as a protest against Roman Catholic practices, leading to a significant division in Western Christendom and the creation of various denominations such as the Luciferian, Baptist, and Methodist. Beyond its theological core, Protestantism has profoundly influenced politics, society, and culture, particularly through emphasis on the importance of the individual and direct access to God. The core beliefs, faith alone, sola fide, salvation is achieved through faith in Jesus Christ and God's unmerited grace, not through good works or other human efforts. What the fuck? So you could be a straight up asshole as long as you good with Jesus? Like, yeah, I killed the nigga, but Jesus my mans. I smoke a little bit of crack, gamble a little bit, pimp a couple of hoes, but Jesus is my mans in them. You can't tell me I ain't gonna get through the gates of heaven because I did a little robbery on the side. I gotta feed my family, and besides, Jesus my mans in them. Type of religion. Hey, you learn something new every day. But he was trying to leave his faith to go to another faith. And if he would have switched over, ain't no telling what would have came out his mouth. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Hold on, listen, y'all.
Changing his perspectives. And factually, Charlie was praying the rosary. Charlie was going to Mass. One of my last conversations with Charlie was me joking with him, saying, just make the last step, okay? You are, I said specifically, you're too smart to be a Protestant. Just take the last step, Charlie. He says, ha. Speaking about Mary. And typically, when those steps start to take place, you stop referring to yourself, as I did, as a Judeo-Christian.
And that's when his pastor stepped in. Rob McCoy, pastor of Godspeed Calvary Chapel and Charlie's partner in founding Turning Point Faith, released a powerful statement. Charlie Kirk was my friend, and I was his pastor. I want to simply say this regarding Candace Owens. Charlie Kirk was a friend to Candace and never publicly spoke poorly of her, though he disagreed with her. He never operated nor entertained gossip or innuendo concerning Candace. My only comment I offer regarding Candace is this. I only wish at this tragic time of mourning she would be the friend to Charlie that he was to her. He would never have treated Candace or her family in such a way had God forbid this tragedy been hers.
Oh, man. So even though he rocked with Candace to her face, he wasn't really fucking with Candace Owens like that. She just don't get it. And his pastor trying to let her know he was your friend on a certain level. He never went beneath the surface with Candace. And I can understand that by how their relationship played out. She sounded like she a grieving dog over this situation. I understand that was her friend, but not on a human level. At least that's what I'm getting from it. I could be dead wrong. And to think that her life is in danger because she even speaking on this situation, she probably need to be careful how she going about speaking on this. A RIP is cool, but making allegations about the assassination is only getting her in some deeper trouble, and I don't think she got the defense. Because if it could happen to Charlie Kirk, God forbid something happened to Candace Owens. They making it seem like she a non-factor in all of this while she's kicking up all this dust.
A friend loves at all times. Proverbs 17:17. That statement was short, but it cut deep. And Pastor McCoy isn't the only one raising red flags. We have clips of Charlie himself directly addressing this issue. In one moment, Charlie says, "Our goal should always be to draw people to Jesus Christ, not to Catholicism."
As an evangelical who loves Catholics, I love that you're doing it. Let me just edit. Here's the but. It's a big one. You didn't catch it, Michael. Is that your goal should be to bring people to Jesus, not Catholicism.
Yo, hold on. What's the difference? Hold on.
I'm not saying that they're contradictory, but your goal should not be to bring people to a specific sect of Christianity. It is to bring people to the cross.
You're saying to bring people to the fullness of the truth and the universal.
Yes, but not the maxims of every Catholic dogma. No, I mean, for example, am I a Christian if I don't believe in Mariology?
We're talking about the fullness of the truth. You know, we're talking about. But you still.
Am I a Christian if I don't believe in transubstantiation?
You are a little confused if you don't. But you can have sincere.
No, it's fine. I think that bringing people to Catholicism is fine. Of course, great, terrific. But that is hopefully a means to the ultimate end. You exist to bring people to Christ.
Of course.
No wonder there's so much confusion out there in the world. Everybody confused as fuck with all these different labels on things. Candace Owens is black, but not exactly. Just because something appear a certain way on the surface, that don't mean that's what it is. We don't know who's who and what's what out here in society, man. People get it fucked up all day, every day. And you can't be too careful. This is enough to drive people mad, especially when you got a voice and a platform and people following you and they find out things about you that they didn't know before. Now they in their feelings about it. And they might want to do something about it. They might create their own sect or whatever. Before you know it, it's going to be too much shit for people to keep their eyes straight. We're going to live in a cockeyed nation with all these different groups and religious groups and people identifying with all this different shit. I think everybody need to be under one umbrella. And Candace Owens is shaking this thing up to a whole nother level. The energy she putting out there about Charlie Kirk, and he's no longer alive to defend himself or explain, this is riling a lot of people up because there's a lot of people listening that Candace Owens isn't willing to take her word as God when she could be possibly putting out false information just to get them views up. And if that's the case, man, she really got to watch her back, because people are easily influenced. One day people like this, the next day they like that. People change their minds all the time. She's saying that he was about to change his mind about his faith before he passed away, and that's what ultimately led up to his death. She can't confirm it. She's speaking from third person, fourth person, and all this shit. People want answers. They trying to get the pastor speaking out. She got him looking guilty. While at the same time, they're claiming that Charlie Kirk, he didn't even really rock with her like that. He was friends with her on the surface, but nothing too deep. She was tagging along. She wanted to be in his entourage. She liked the fact that people look at her in the same light as Charlie Kirk. In her mind, she feel like she equal to Charlie Kirk or whatever the case is, but they treating her like she his pet Bobo or whatever the case is, and that ain't right. And at the same time, there's people out there thinking about doing something. I'm worried about it, man. We need to invite her to the barbecue next time. If it's any black people out there, last name Owens, throw an emergency family reunion just to get her around some safety or whatever the case. Bring her back home, because this shit don't got dangerous. Hold on.
But that is the goal. I'm just maybe being semantically, you know.
But think about this question. If what happens when you want to bring people to our Lord? And what happens when there are disagreements over important things? I mean,
we schism and say you guys got it wrong. Or we do a reformation.
In another clip, he adds, I would never join a religion that claims someone other than Jesus was without sin.
But I personally would not be able to enter into a faith that believes that anybody except Jesus Christ our Lord was without sin. And that's my final comment on Mariology. Happy to debate it.
He even clearly said he was an evangelical.
This is why you'll be single in 5 years.
Wait a minute.
It's because you don't take care of your skin.
As far as our leaders, I guess that. Well, no, it's young men are going back to church. That is legit. That's happening because honestly, it's the only thing that they can find. It's a life raft in this just tsunami of chaos and disorder. So I get asked all the time, why are they going to the Catholic Church? Why are they going to the Orthodox Church more than the evangelical church? I'm evangelical. I'll say, well, first of all, they want something that has lasted. They want something that is ancient, that is beautiful. Something that has stood the test of time. Something that's not going to change. Something that all of a sudden not all of a sudden just flip around and have some sort of transgender story hour.
Those words make it pretty clear where he stood. But what about the Catholic response? Interestingly, many Catholics themselves are rejecting Candace's narrative. Bob Kazamakis, a Catholic commentator on X, put it this way. Most Catholics operating in good faith understand there is no evidence to support the claim Charlie was in the midst of converting to Catholicism. All evidence shows he had major issues with certain dogmas.
That's what it sounds like to me, Candace. What type of stunt is she out here trying to pull? She trying to sway Charlie Kirk's narrative into her own narrative. It's sort of like she trying to take ownership over this man's legacy. It's way too soon to even be speaking on this. He passed away in September. We still in September. And she already selling them Charlie Kirk cakes on her podcast. That's fucked up when you really think about it. At least let the body cool off. Give it a month. Address it after wait till the new year. It's a hot take. And she's selling hot cakes with his stamp on it. She took the opportunity to put together a conspiracy about somebody that's no longer here. Now people gotta guess and people gotta wonder. Now everybody this is fucked up. It's looking like Candace Owens should have just sat this one out. Like a lot of people should, like Jimmy Kimmel should have just sat this one out. Now he ain't even got no show. If Jimmy Kimmel can get it, what's about to be going on with Candace Owens, man. And I don't wish nothing bad on her. I actually got love for Candace Owens, but the more I look into this, it seemed like everybody got their hand out for some type of money. It's the money coming from somewhere, man. You got to follow the green. So she knows she kick up enough dust. Somebody going to pay her to shut the fuck up or worse. So she taking penitentiary chances with this Charlie Kirk news. Hold on, y'all.
Saying that most good faith Catholics are making the accurate claim Charlie held the Catholic Church in high regard, consistently praised Catholics in the culture war, specifically with the Catholic SCOTUS, judges and their role in overturning Roe v. Wade, and believed Protestants overcorrected with Mary, and believed Protestants should venerate her. Additionally, his wife was Catholic, and they did attend Mass together as a family. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
However, Reformed Prots dogpiling on Catholics making these accurate claims to act like we are using Charlie's murder for our own agendas is simply untrue.
Hold on. If his wife was a Catholic, he probably was about to do what Candace Owens said he was going to do. Wifey rules all the time. Now I'm confused, but y'all see how this shit go, man? This information is toxic. And before you know it, there's somebody out there that's willing to silence it all. Just so people can have some peace. But in an attempt to try to do that, and I ain't talking about the Charlie Kirk killing, I'm talking just in general. It's looking like it's never gonna stop. I need y'all to listen at this.
Be for either our or their own entertainment. So I want to hyper-focus on those. I want to actually hyper-focus on what exactly is wrong with these text messages between Lance and Tyler. Now, first and foremost, the obvious thing, there's no timestamps. Right away, major red flag. Very easy to say he sent the first message at this time. It's part of your investigation, right? Everybody is on edge globally wanting to know what happened. They just remove that. But don't worry, you guys, because like I told you, one of the things that me and Charlie always believed in was that we could work harder. And I gotta tell you, these devils are working pretty hard, but we can work harder than them, okay? And I decided to go back and on the basis of what Tyler Robinson allegedly writes to his lover, I decided I could work them into the timeline. I could work out an approximate timeline, at least, for us to look at visually for when they had to have been sent on the basis of what he's saying, right? Because he says certain things that were not revealed to the public at a certain time, so we're going to do that. I also want to point out the fact that the language, which many people said online, somebody actually left a very funny comment. It's like borderline poetic. He's got commas in there. It's like perfect English. And that's actually a striking contrast compared to what's inscribed on the casings, right? He goes through...
Man, pin her down and feed her greens. With a ham hock in that bitch. Please, somebody. Get this chick a glass of Kool-Aid. I can't stand it. I'm trying. But it's awkward, man. Somebody rammed some cornbread in her mouth just to get her shit together, man. What is this? I'm confused as hell. Is she wearing blackface or no? Now I want to take her word for it. But it's hard to take people seriously nowadays. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. It's a circus going on out there, man. You don't know who the fuck, what is this shit? People blaming Dr. King for this shit, man. I don't know. Don't even get me started with the Hebrew Israelites and all that. The shit get confusing. I swear I'm trying to listen to this chick, man, but it's got my stomach turning. We gonna get back to Candace Owens. Let's listen to this, y'all.
Why don't we get to the Candace thing? Because this is a setup of what the downstream lack of trust in Kash Patel, law enforcement, and all that generally is showing where there is a huge amount of skepticism. Ryan and Emily covered the text messages yesterday that were put in the criminal complaint against Charlie Kirk, alleged assassination, Tyler Robinson, and including these text messages between Robinson and his boyfriend. And in those text messages...
Man, get the fuck, man. Get out of here, man. You had a boyfriend? The dude that killed Charlie Kirk got a boyfriend? Get the... Man, you can't be serious. Hold on. I gotta look. I'm new to all of this, man. So y'all gotta bear with me. Charlie... What's the nigga name? Charlie Kirk Killer. This nigga. Oh, get that out of here. Text messages that persecutors say Charlie Kirk shooting suspect exchanged with his roommate. Do they got the text messages up? Oh no. What in the hell? Tyler said, drop what you're doing, look under my keyboard. The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it. What? You're joking, right? I am still okay, my love. What type of... I am still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer. Yet, shouldn't be long until I come home. But I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this a secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. You weren't the... Hold on, he said you weren't the one who did it, right? I am sorry. I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked. Who in the hell would text somebody all this shit, y'all? Let's be, hey man, something ain't, who in the hell, man? Who put this together? Then they putting it on the LBGT and all this. Man, this ain't adding up. Who in their right mind gonna send some text messages like they can't get a hold of the text messages? This, man, something fishy about this. Something definitely fishy about this. Why did I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. Turn that shit off. Find something else to listen to. He make it seem like Charlie Kirk on the loudspeaker all day, every day. His alarm clock, he wake up to Charlie Kirk talking that hate talk. Like he could, man, you could put not interested. You can click that shit, block it. Get an audio book. What is he talking? He said, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully, they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Why in the fuck would he leave? So this some old bullshit. How long have you been planning this? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get closer to... If you gonna tell a nigga what you did, why in the hell would you leave a note under the keyboard? Nigga said, drop what you're doing and look under my keyboard. He left a note. Just tell him what you go... Why you gonna text him and leave it in the note? This the note right here, man. Get this bullshit out of here, yo. He said a bit over a week. I can get close to it, but there was a squad parked car or whatever. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got out my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back grandpa's rifle. So he took his granddaddy rifle. The old man that they picked up probably was his grandfather. This sounds like some bullshit. If it had, I don't know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about Prince. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. He changed outfits in the bush, y'all. He rustling in them bushes to put on them fatigues. He said he had to leave it in a bush where he changed outfits. He said didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find Prince. How the fuck will I explain losing it to my old man? The only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. So he borrowed a rifle from his dad and he ain't explain what he was going to do with the rifle. She going hunting. You know he ain't going hunting with his boyfriend or whatever the case. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice boards on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't know. I think that was a 2K scope. Delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it's very unique. He's calling me right now. I'm not answering. So his granddad looking at the news. That's my rifle. Oh shit, where's my gun? Do you have my gun? Oh no, it's on the news. Oh, Charlie Kirk. Oh shit. Oh, I want my rifle. Like my granddad is losing his shit right now. Saw the rifle on the news. I'm not answering. Nope, I'm not answering that shit. Nope, not picking it up. Not for granddad. Nope. I ain't picking it up. Nope. Where the fuck my rifle? Can't be. They serious with this shit? Man, people will believe any goddamn thing. And I ain't saying that it's not true. It's 100% true. I agree with Fox News, CNN, and all that shit. I'm not going against the grain. But goddamn. He said my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it's very unique. He's calling me right now. Not answering. Since Trump got in the office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all I worry about, love. So I'm much more worried about you. Don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments if any police ask you questions. Ask for a lawyer and stay silent. With this big-ass, long-ass text messages, he ain't got to say shit. Now they got Candace Owens involved. This seemed like a bad episode of The Simpsons with this bullshit. Man, I am through. Oh, man. What time is it? That took a lot out of me. Okay, we're going to get back into this. Y'all listening?
Why don't we get to the Candace thing? Because this is a setup of what the downstream lack of trust in Cash Patel, law enforcement, and all that generally is showing where there is a huge amount of skepticism. Ryan and Emily covered the text messages yesterday that were put in the criminal complaint against Charlie Kirk, alleged assassination, Tyler Robinson, including these text messages between Robinson and his boyfriend. And in those text messages, he appeared to not only confess to the crime, but also talk talked about wanting to go back and retrieve the rifle. However, a lot of people are focusing on some particular language that is being used here by Robinson. Candace Owens, one of the more high-profile people, questioning the legitimacy of these messages. Here's what she had to say.
Yeah, these messages are clearly doctored. Is what I would say. They're doctored. Now, they could decide why they're doing that. Tyler's being forthcoming. We're protecting him in some capacity. I find that to be unacceptable. Okay? Unacceptable. I want every single text message. I want timestamps. It is conspicuous that you are not telling us when this was sent. Because it sounds like it's when the campus is on lockdown, and he's got to go back and all of a sudden we're in the next day when his dad is getting clued in after the picture's been released. They're not telling us that. Okay? And you have a right to be a little bit uncomfortable about that because I'm a lot of bit uncomfortable about that. We need...
It's so easy to become a podcaster at Riverside. You just need a concept and a way to record it. Hold on, y'all. Here's how...
Full answers.
And as bad as it's presented in Utah, I'm not buying all of it. I'm particularly not buying those text messages. It just seems too stilted, too much like a script, actually a bad script.
That's what Bannon and from Candace Owens, their allegation. I mean, look, nobody really knows. By the way, Matt Walsh, many others have said the same thing. What they're saying is it almost looks as Robinson is trying to absolve boyfriend of pre-knowledge of the crime and helping plan it. I mean, it's theoretically possible. They pointed to Breaking Bad, for example, the famous Walter White scene where he tries to absolve Skyler on the phone. I wouldn't put it necessarily out of the realm of possibility because if we're being, I mean, look, this is my own pure speculation. The messages are a bit weird. I mean, one of the things Candace brings up is vehicle. She was like, go in your text messages and search for the word vehicle. And I looked at it. The only time it has ever appeared is whenever I get a message from the service department of the car dealer saying your vehicle has ready for service, or from one of those spam messages from China where they pretend to be the DMV. Right. And they're like, your DMV, your vehicle, it's like plus the 633 area code, your vehicle has exactly your tags have expired. There is not a single...
Okay, so all of this shit is suspect, man. People don't... Now, here's the big question. Did they assassinate Charlie Kirk for entertainment purposes alone? Did somebody think that this was going to be entertaining, more entertaining than what he was talking about? Did they do it for the media, the left wing, the right wing, the chicken wing? Did they make news out of his ass? Did somebody think it'd be a big idea or a great idea to cause a media blitz and get people riled up, this side versus that side of the fuckery to where everybody's just all over the place with this shit? Did they get rid of him for the media? Because I can't think of no other reason why somebody would want to take him out of the game. They trying to blame Israel. They trying to blame... And Candace Owens in on it. Was she really his friend? She entertaining this bullshit? They playing a bigger game than we can see, man. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. It's sad that he got caught up in the middle of all of this. He's the voice box for America at large, man. It's a lot of black people that feel the way Charlie Kirk feel or felt. People of all nationalities can agree with everything Charlie Kirk had to say. It's just that he was the one saying it. A lot of people wouldn't have the balls to get out there and say the shit he was saying. It's black men that feel just like motherfucking Charlie Kirk about their own people. There's black women that agree with every last word Charlie Kirk had to say, but don't like the fact that it was coming from him. If Charleston White said matter of fact, Charleston White does say everything that Charlie Kirk says, and people accept it coming from him, but they just don't like it coming from Charlie. Now he gone. And Candace Owens acting like she was his pet. She barking all on the media. They trying to calm her down. They trying to put a leash on Candace. She running free. Charlie was her only owner. Now she off the chain, literally. Them text messages was some bullshit. They tried to make it seem like it was a zesty love affair filled with hatred. Like he was Young Thug, texting Gunna. What is this, man? They talking about she Michael Jackson's daughter because she got greasy bangs. She looked more like Michael Jackson than Paris Blanket and the other little boy. That might be his daughter. If it get too hot for her, they might send her to the moon, and it wouldn't be hard for her to walk around that motherfucker, especially if these rumors are true. About Jermaine Jackson being her uncle. The truth is gonna come out, and when it do, people not gonna give a damn, cause y'all gonna be moved on to some other bullshit. He didn't deserve it. I get online and talk shit all day, every day. That's one of the reasons why I don't like showing my face, man, because it might be an idiot out there with an agenda. Especially if you big time like Charlie Kirk. Nobody can be trusted in this situation. She got that big ass cross in the back. She got encyclopedias and shit. That's all decor. She got the left wing, the right wing. She about to fly away with this bullshit. I seen all of the money they be sending her. She got Polaroid pictures of herself trying to make it seem like she's an 80s star. Like she Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bellas. I just don't understand. Hold on, we need to listen to this.
All of these memes that he's written, and I'm not hip to the lingo. Okay, you got to be real deep internet hip, but for whatever reason, when he's writing these messages, he's very proper, extremely proper, right? What really wants to make sure he gets the punctuation correct. Anyways, let's just dive right back into the timeline. Let's dive right back into this conversation. And we're at first going to focus on the third message. And don't forget, just to lead up into this, they are telling us that at no time that we're allowed to know on September 10th, after Charlie Kirk was shot, the roommates, that's Lance, received a text message from Robinson, which said, "Drop what you are doing, look under my keyboard." And so Lance, I don't know what he does all day, but he can do that. He knows he's home. And Lance then runs, I'm saying he ran prances, who knows, and looks and he sees this note. And to be clear, we're never going to be able to see that note because the feds have since told us that the note was destroyed. But even though he destroyed the note, he took a picture of it. Yeah, that makes sense because if you're going to destroy something, the best thing to do is to take a picture of it. The feds saw the picture. We're not going to be able to see either. Anyways, don't think about it if you want it to make sense. Then we find out that Lance, I guess, decided to take a picture and then text Tyler back. And here is where he asks him, Lance says, "Tyler, what? You're joking, right?" Because the note said, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." So Lance is like, "What? You're joking?" And Robinson says to him, Tyler says, "I'm still okay, my love, but I am stuck in Orem, that's the town, okay, that you was at, for a little while longer yet." So poetic. A little while longer yet. I would look that up on my phone later. It shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. Now, I want to jump to this next message because it gives us a timeline. He says to him, I assume right away, Lance says, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" And Robinson says, "I am. I'm sorry." And the roommate says, "I thought they..."
Charlie Kirk was supposed to be your friend, Candace. You entertained. You ain't mourning and shit. You entertaining this foolishness like it's a soap opera or something, Candace. This ain't cool. This ain't right. She getting all theatrical with it. She noticed some bullshit, but she's still willing to entertain the people with this, and her so-called friend done lost his life. This ain't, man, he gotta be rolling in his grave right now. If he could come back and have a word with Candace Owens, I doubt if it would be nice. Like, really, for that? So that's what it's all about. It's been all about money with you from day one. Do you even care about the shit? I don't think she give a damn. She probably eat barnacles for dinner, y'all. She taking a trip to France. She shopping all that Lennox. She got Gucci, Louis Vuitton. She don't give a damn about none of that. Her husband eating good. They sipping wine, listening to Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and shit with big spaghettis and meatball dinners. I'm disgusted. Look at her, man. You don't do this. Let that, man. People not feeling Candace Owens right now. And for the people that are, you got to understand that this is entertainment. And this man really, really lost his life. I'm starting to believe that he lost his life specifically for entertainment so they could chop up the pie and everybody take a piece of this news and make billions of dollars off of it. He was safe as hell when the Diddy trial was going on. He was saying all that shit he was saying. But Diddy was on trial. Diddy was on the front page of the damn news or whatever. Diddy was all in the blogs. And these people thirsty for a goddamn story, I'm trying to tell you. And if ain't nothing shaking, ain't nothing shaking. They tried to put Cardi B in the news, A$AP Rocky. That black shit wasn't sticking like that. Diddy done dried that shit up. As far as the black celebs and the freak off parties and shit. Now they got some new news. I'm starting to believe he was sacrificed for the media. Rest in peace to Charlie. This ain't right, man. How low will you go for a damn story? Remember? Hold on. Let me show y'all something real quick. Cause this, man, I'm pissed off about this shit. What, didn't nobody give that much of a damn about what Charlie Kirk was talking about? Cause on the low, a lot of people agree with that shit. But it ain't the popular thing to agree with Charlie Kirk. He was the person that people love to hate. He was a nemesis. People don't like the truth. If you keep it too real, that's just in life. If you keep it too real, people don't like that. You be blunt and you tell people how you feel, regardless if they like it or not. People don't like that. They'd rather you go along with the narrative. Or make people comfortable, say shit that's gonna stroke people's ego or whatever the case is. He wasn't that type of dude. Look, hold on, let me show y'all something. No. What was the name of that movie? Y'all remember this movie? Where all the murders and shit was happening. And the news lady, she knew what was going on, but she ain't give a damn because she was just trying to get a story. She show up before the murder happened. She reporting the news while they getting stabbed up in the background just so she could get a damn story going. She don't give a fuck about the details or nothing. She trying to make it entertaining. She's selling death. With lipstick on and some high heel pumps so she can go shopping and get her Prada and all that. That's what's happening with this, with all of this news that's happening with Charlie Kirk. Listen.
Caught the person. Okay. And Robinson responds, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Okay. So that lets us actually be able to drop that into the timeline pretty simply. Why? Because we know, we can pull up this timeline, that they at first thought it was George Zinn, so that's who's referencing some crazy old dude. And on the timeline scale, if you want to pull that up so we can go through it, what time Charlie gets shot at 12:23 p.m. Scroll down a bit. George Zinn.
This is sort of like when a king dies. She's pickpocketing Charlie Kirk with this stuff, y'all. She took the ring off of his dead body and put it on her hand. She's walking away with his legacy. She using him as a stepping stool to elevate her own career. Now that Charlie Kirk is not around, people gotta come to Candace Owens for the viewpoints. She making it seem like he was Jesus and she was one of his disciples. Now she got the gospel. This is sickening, man. Hold on, I ain't tripping. Look.
We learn about 30 minutes after that George Zinn, the decoy boy, that's when it's announced that he's a suspect in custody by the Utah police. But it's not until, by the way, 5:30 p.m., he mentioned that second suspect, and he curiously says in that correspondence that he's wearing similar clothing, which I find to be strange. We don't know what that second suspect is wearing until 5:30 p.m. when Governor Cox, 12 minutes into a press conference began at 5:30 p.m., mentions that the second suspect, who is a person of interest, is wearing all dark clothing. So the earliest that message could have been sent out is after 5:30 p.m. I think it's unlikely because I think, again, this is all made up messages because he says wearing similar clothing. Okay, he tells us dark clothing. What's similar about that? This guy allegedly, when he did this, was wearing black jeans. Dark jeans and a black shirt. So that's like everyone on campus, okay? Nobody in the press conference says, oh, we picked him up because he was wearing something similar to the shooter. So that language right there is actually a mistake from the feds. But again, it allows us to be able to plot it into the timeline, so that's good. Okay. Timeline is back up here. And we then know Cash Patel tweets that the subject in custody has been released. Our investigation continues. That was a mistake. The guy in the dark clothing, we don't know who that is. And then it's after, again, like I said, that these correspondences then had to take place. So we're talking about late in the evening, okay, 6 hours on. I'm wondering what it is that Tyler Robinson is doing throughout this entire time. Skylar, you can keep this up because I want to keep scrolling, okay? What he's doing throughout this entire time, because that's a very long time for him to be just around campus. But then, luckily, he's going to let us know what he's doing, right? He's going to jump right in here, and he's telling us that he's close to the scene. We know in this conversation that he then says to Lance that he's looking to get that rifle, right? He says, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring it back. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's actually go earlier. He then tells us his alibi, which is amazing.
I'm over it, y'all. This shit is sickening, to say the least. It's very sickening what I'm looking at right here. Hold on.
Israel Benjamin Netanyahu to Charlie's death.
Hold on.
Basically made it all
Charlie Kirk getting shot. While we all had to watch that, we are all suffering PTSD and the lack of answers that we are getting from the feds. That is the only thing here that is happening that is inappropriate. I want to be very clear. Actually, not the only thing. Maybe Netanyahu trying to spin this into, he's my good friend, I just invited him. Well, Tucker Carlson completely shredded that narrative. I don't like to be lied so quickly. It doesn't make me comfortable. I don't like it. Okay. And he just went live yesterday. He also brought in Megyn Kelly and other people. And he spoke about what Charlie was going through because he saw him very shortly before his assassination, and he intimates to everybody what it was exactly that was on Charlie Kirk's mind and what he was living through in that moment. Take a listen.
I was shocked and sickened by the reaction of the ghoulish and really repulsive reaction of Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, to Charlie's death. Basically made it all about him and all about his country. Immediately trying to take the energy, the sadness, the grief that people felt over Charlie's murder and redirect it towards support for whatever project he's involved in. And by the way, Benjamin Netanyahu is not the same as the nation of Israel at all. Bibi is despised by many people in Israel, and if you know people who live there, you know that's true. There are huge divisions within the Israeli government. I mean, there are certain parts of the intel world in Israel that do not support some things that Benjamin Netanyahu has done recently. So it's not the same as attacking Israel, attacking Bibi, but I don't think I've ever seen anything lower than his attempt to hijack Charlie's memory and use it for his own political ends, particularly because what he said was completely untrue.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want?
I got something to say about all this right here. Hold on.
Charlie didn't hate Jews. He loved Jews. He had tons of friends who were Jews. He loved the state of Israel. He loved going there. He did not like Bibi Netanyahu. He said that to me many times. He said to people around him many times. He felt that Bibi Netanyahu was a very destructive force. He was appalled by what was happening in Gaza. He was above all resentful that he believed Netanyahu was using the United States to prosecute his wars, the benefit of his country, and that it was shameful and embarrassing and bad for the United States, and he resented it. Didn't hate Netanyahu. He wasn't out there with a placard saying that, but he certainly expressed that to me and a lot of other people. And there's no question that Bibi's defense.
Y'all said it's an echo on the video. It been like that the whole time. It been echoing. What's that all about? Hold on. I do apologize. How long it been echoing like that? Let me go back and listen at this real quick. Hold on.
Charlie's partner and founding Turning Point.
It been echoing the whole damn time? Damn, I do apologize. I promise. Is it still echoing, y'all? I wish somebody would have said. Somebody said the whole video it was echoing like that. God damn. And I've been on here for an hour and some change. God damn. That's fucked up. Let me go back and listen. Oh, let me see get down and he ain't want to. I'm confused. I wasn't echoing though. The audio was echoing, right? Hold on, let me see.
That I am very happy for Galactic to dispute this narrative. In fact, he was asked to dispute this narrative.
That's that new, that's that Matrix shit that I was on. Y'all ain't know I got them. I used to be a DJ back in the day. I did that intentionally to put the little echo shit with the scratches in it. Other YouTubers ain't doing it like that. Y'all thought the stream was bootleg, but this that new. Somebody said the video echoes not true. Well, why y'all just now saying something about it, man? My shit always on point. If it had, I did that intentionally. I hope y'all liked it, because it's going to be like that from here on out. Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Had your grandmama bopping her head while she was holding an American flag, listening to the audio. It is what it is. I'm going to do another one. And plus somebody sent $50 in the chat. So I'm just going to take that money and do better. Granny Rose, I told y'all she was bobbing her head to them echoes, man. Thank you so much for your for that $50. The Cash App in the description box. Was it really that bad? Let me go back and listen to some of that.
Max Blumenthal went out to him today, and Bill Ackman came back.
So that's that MK Ultra I was putting on y'all ass. That's why it was echoing like that. That mind control, make you hit the like button and subscribe. Hold on.
Or dogma. No, I mean, for example, am I a Christian if I don't believe in Mariology?
We're talking about the fullness of the truth. You know, we're talking about. But you still
put your ass in the trance, make you get up, go down to the bank, fucking mail that check. Somebody on their way to mail the check to Shawn Blazington. They about to mail the check to ShawnBlazington.com. All because I put the little mix on it. It is what it is. It ain't gonna be like that next time. Matter of fact, let me know now if it's still echoing. Let me double check. Y'all listening? Let me get this together so I can test this out. Cause I've been having technical difficulties all week. They don't want me. They want me talking about Cardi B, but they don't want me talking about no Charlie Kirk. Listen at this, y'all.
Offenders on the internet will call me a liar or a kook, but that's a fact. And enough text messages exist that I think it can probably be verified in pretty short order. Not that it needs to be, because that is true. Shortly after that speech, there was a very intense attack on Charlie, and to some extent on me, not that I really noticed. But on him, I have no donors. He had $100 million worth of donors. And so, because he was involved in a different project from just yapping on the internet, which is what I do for a living, he was dependent to a great extent on his donors, of course. It's a nonprofit.
Said yapping on the internet is what he do for a living. I don't want to hear nothing else that man had to say. I just want to check my audio real quick while he yapping. Speaking on this man death, he yapping for a living.
He was dependent to a great extent on his donors, of course. It's a nonprofit.
Said yapping on the internet is what he I got my shit right, I don't want to hear nothing else that man had to say. I just want to check my audio real quick. Okay, this is what we about to do, man. I'm about to get ready to head to the gym. Candace Owens, I'm praying for you, sister. I'm hoping that they don't take you out the game for entertainment purposes. Catch her coming out the Popeyes or something. That'll make some crazy news. Candace Owens got pop coming out the Popeyes. All you see is the biscuit fly in the air, the fries and the biscuit fly in the air. The ambulance show up to the Popeyes. They got Candace Owens on the stretcher in front of the Popeyes. She promised she never ate non-traditional meat. She was a Catholic. All of her food's supposed to be grass-fed. She promised the congregation that she does not indulge in such things. Surprised that she engaged in processed meat. Her husband had no idea of her location. They have text messages talking about she going to the salad bar. Like, I'm going to pick up Scruffy from the dog groomer, and I'm going to the salad bar, and after that, I'm going to pick up some yoga mats, and I should be home. Fucking Candace Owens popped outside the Popeyes chicken, and they interview, oh shit, what the hell they do to my stream? Oh no. They don't cancel my goddamn stream. What the hell? Did y'all see that? Is y'all still there? Them motherfuckers took me offline. Okay, we back. They interviewed a lady that worked at the Popeyes. She came in, got a 2-piece in the biscuit, wanted an extra chicken thigh. She wanted 2 extra jalapenos, 3 biscuits, and extra gravy. Like, it was either she was going to die from the bullet or die from a heart attack of this menu. I hope don't nothing happen to Candace Owens. They snatched my shit off and put it back. Somebody up there mad. They snatched the whole video down and put it right back. They must have edited it, my shit, man. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I don't gotta... People get mad at me because I say I don't have a problem with anything that Charlie Kirk had to say in regards to the black community, because I heard black people say worse all the time. A nigga called me a nigga to my face all the time. Every chick I ever dealt with called me a nigga. How am I supposed to feel? Well, my mom and my daddy called me a damn nigga. I don't give a damn about what Charlie Kirk had to say. I've heard worse from Chris Rock. He said, I love black people, but I sure hate niggas. Didn't Chris Rock say that shit on national television and people thought it was funny? The difference is people take Charlie Kirk seriously because he white. That's like when a white cop or somebody kill a black person. Oh, hell gonna break loose. They gonna be rioting. They gonna snatch all the shit out the Foot Locker. It's gonna be it's gonna be a national problem. But if a black dude kill a black dude, they gonna rap about it and smoke on Tuka. Not only is they gonna rap about it, they gonna smoke the nigga. Yeah, smoking on that George pack. You ain't never heard nobody say they smoking on that Ozzy pack. Or they smoking on that Elvis. It don't work like that, man. Well, no, Charlie Kirk, I believe they sacrificed him for the media. And Candace Owens is playing into this thing too. And I don't like it. We gonna be back with more news. All y'all gotta do is stay tuned, man. But that's Negro here, no there. It's a few more things I want to say before I get out of here. I don't know. We don't know what to do with Candace Owens at this point. People had a problem. She better not never show up to the ghetto or go to one of them hood beauty supply stores. Because if she do, all they gonna do is kiss her ass. It's gonna be a hood chick with a blonde wig and some blue contacts. So, I love you, Candace Owens. You keep doing your thing, girl. That's right. Fuck these niggas, Candace. You keep doing your thing, girl. Matter of fact, what you about to get some bundles? I pay for that. She gonna drop all her credit cards because her nails gonna be in the way when she trying to pay for Candace Owens' bundles or whatever in the beauty supply store. It'd be, if she showed up to the hood, people would kiss, they might treat her like she white and straight kiss her ass at the bus stop. While she in her damn Bentley, they gonna be at the bus stop blowing her kisses and kissing her ass. I think she on the right side of things. And a lot of people hopping on that. So I'm trying to get my Candace Owens on. I know I'm ghetto and ratchet with it, but I'm working on it, man. The next video I do, I'm going to do the all white voice. I'm going to sound like one of them niggas at the news.
Hello, everybody. I have some devastating news about Candace Owens. There's an alleged affair between her and Charlie Kirk. This is the new exclusive news. Please hit the. I'm gonna figure this shit out, man. Cause them Cardi B videos and them Gunna videos and Young Thug videos, that ain't what it is, man. Y'all stay tuned. I don't know how long it's gonna take for Amazon to send that MAGA hat. But they fucking around. My 2-day delivery, it been a day and a half. I can't wait. They better hurry up and send my shit. I got videos to make. I got videos to make. Send my shit. Shit, I need a red one, a blue one, a white one. I need all that shit. Give me the t-shirt with Trump bleeding with the fist up. The mini men Donald Trump t-shirt. I need that too. If anybody out there got the hookup with MAGA merch, hit me up on IG. I'm about to. Oh man.
Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Yo, I'm going to see y'all in a little while when we come back with part 2.